So first of all, I'm not here to try and sell you any pedals. You don't have to contribute to any kind of Patreon or nothing like that. I get straight to the point and I don't want any of your money. Okay, I'm just here to help you. So let's get this started. All right, so I had something happen to me last week and I want to talk about it. I've always been the kind of person who likes a lot of pedals, right? I have to have a pedal for everything, any situation. So I sat down before I had practiced with this band and I was like, yeah, man, let me redo my pedal board, because we all like redoing our pedal boards, right? So I got down there, I was messing with everything, and I just kind of got burnt out on it. I got frustrated with it, and I said, let me just leave this. I'll deal with it tomorrow before I go to the practice. So tomorrow rolls around, and I still don't have my pedal board together. So I make the decision to not take my pedal board. And let me tell you, that was so refreshing to do. I wasn't worried about this delay, that delay, do I need distortion for this? It's kind of more of a chill out band anyway, and it's very free flow and improv. So I felt like I got to know my guitar again a little bit better. I got to know my guitar, I got to know my amp, really get in tune with your tone and volume knobs and like what you can create. So I just wanted to say, you may have too many pedals. And I'm not saying do away with your pedals, because I still love my pedal board, obviously, but I think where I'm at now is I'm gonna continue to play with less pedals, like maybe have 3 pedals or maybe 4 pedals. I'm thinking this next practice I'll step it up and I'll bring just 1 pedal, and then the next I'll introduce another pedal. I have 2 pedals, and kind of see how I feel that way. I just thought that would be really cool if you guys are stuck and you're looking for some inspiration. That is one thing that could possibly help you. I know it's helped me. With that being said, I kind of just want to talk about the importance of using your volume and tone knobs, because this was something that nobody ever really talked to me about. You know, you would see all these guitar players on YouTube and stuff. They would be like, oh yeah, I dial my tone back. And it's like, well, what exactly does that do? Like, nobody's ever explained it to me. I started playing guitar and I was in like a hardcore band, right? So everything was wide open. It was volume knob wide open, tone knob wide open. You throw in distortion and you just go for the dang thing. So now I'm more chilled out, and I'm kind of getting to know it. So I kind of wanted to demonstrate a little bit of that for you guys today. So let's say, first of all, this is in the bridge selection on my selector. Everything's wide open, right? Let's check out the differences here. Middle position. And neck position. So what I have found is my home is if I'm doing chords, if I'm playing rhythm, I prefer to use the middle selector, and I'll dial my volume back somewhere about a quarter of a turn, and my tone knob, let's see if you can hear. Full volume. Hear how harsh that is? Dial it back a little bit. Smooth, right? Let's make it even more smooth. Let's dial this tone knob back a touch. I'll do it a little more than a quarter. Bring my volume up a hair. You hear how much smoother this sounds, right? Okay, and now let's go to if I were to do more of a lead tone. But let me back up a second. So like, you see how you kind of use the volume and tone knobs together. Like, I never dialed, me personally, I never dialed just one back. I like to mess with both of them and find find that perfect spot. And this kind of depends on your guitar, your pickups, and your amp. So everybody will have a personal preference, but I've chosen to almost make my volume in how hard I choose to pick, or kind of the feel of things. So So you see how I kind of fluctuated, and that's how hard I decided to dig in at certain points. Kind of helps you let certain notes stand out, or invoke a little more emotion to certain chords or notes. But it's just finding that perfect balance, and so that's what I use for my rhythm. And when I go to my lead tones, I like to put it on the neck pickup up here. I just like how bassy and extra smooth it is. So yeah, that's just what I do. And you'll notice if you start to play with less pedals and just kind of more raw, you might get to know yourself a little bit better. You might get to figure out what type of guitar player you are. It might help inspire you to try new things, to go a different direction, to hear yourself a different way. And that's another thing that enough people don't talk about is music, especially with playing with other people. It's not really about, a lot of people tend to play at their fellow musicians, when really you need to learn to play with. You need to learn to listen, to hear, to feel, to be like, oh yeah, they played this, let me play that. This could fit well with them, instead of like, here, look at all my stuff. I know it's easy to get carried away. I know I do it like when I'm just jamming alone, you know. But that's okay. That's practice. You're just doing you, right? But when you're playing in a group setting, it's better to listen, to hear, to feel, and not overplay. Most of the time, things don't call for wide open solos, you know. They call for more melody. And another trick to that is playing the same lick again. Like even if you're improvising, like, I just came up with that on the spot, but it makes it sound more intentional when you double it up. That I'll do a whole nother video on stuff like that. But yeah, I would say learn to play with people, not at them. That's another word of advice. But all this to say, you would be surprised at what doing away with your pedals for a practice, or if you're used to playing alone in your room or at your desk or something, if you're used to going through all these pedals and stuff, I would encourage you to just play on clean and get to know your guitar, get to know you, feel it in your fingers, feel it in your chest, you know, really pay attention to what you're doing, your technique, how gentle you are. It'll really help open up a new play style for you. And I'm excited for you. Go try this, and don't get discouraged if, like, don't go into it thinking that it's gonna automatically open it up. But just take some time with it. Take like an hour or two and just, you know, just play, man. Just play. Don't try to impress anybody. You're doing this for you. We're looking to get in touch with you. So yeah, play with your volume, your tone knob. Find what works. What strings work for you. I used to only play on round wound strings. Now I play mainly play on flat wound strings, and I'll do another video on that as well. My acoustic, and this telly right here. All those are flat wounds. The two PRSs behind me are round wound strings. And I'm thinking I might even put flats on that one, because this is more of like my my rock and roll style guitar for like blues bands and stuff. Blues doctor. But anyway, give that a shot. Let me know if that helps, and quit overthinking it with all these pedals. Get to know you. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. But thank you guys for listening.